I mentioned a couple of days ago when I was in Washington speaking at AIPAC that America is at its best when it supports Israel. Well, here I am at the Air Base south of Tel Aviv watching the Juniper Cobra exercises for 2018. And I can tell you without hesitation, here we are really seeing America at its best. I'm joined by General Mike Scaparrotti, the Supreme Allied Commander of NATO, the Commander of EUCOM, here with General Clark, who's leading these exercises. And we're seeing the extraordinary effort that the United States is taking to help prepare Israel if, God forbid, Israel needs U.S. missile defense. It is an extraordinary thing to see. Some 2,500 American airmen, seamen, and soldiers on the ground here simulating all kinds of exercises, all kinds of scenarios. And we're really seeing in real time, firsthand, the extraordinary commitment that America has to Israel's safety and security. It makes me very proud to be an American, and it's really an incredible thing to watch. I'm grateful to our administration for continuing these exercises. It's a biannual exercise. I think this year it's more robust than ever. And I'm grateful to General Scaparrotti, General Clark, and the entire team for their extraordinary efforts.
תרגיל ה-JC הינו תרגיל דו-שנתי שמתקיים בפעם התשיעית ואורכו כחודש. במסגרת ה-JC אנחנו מתרגלים את היכולות המבצעיות עליהן התאמנו במהלך השנה. ייעוד מערך ההגנה האווירית הישראלי הוא בעצם ליצור מעטפת הגנה שמאפשרת רציפות תפקודית בעורף ורציפות מבצעית בחזית. יצירת האמון בין הצדדים ושיתוף תורות הלחימה בינינו לבין השותף האמריקאי מביא לאפקטיביות מבצעית ובא לידי ביטוי גם בתרגיל, ובעת הצורך נביא אותו לידי ביטוי גם בלחימה.
We are in Israel conducting training with our joint allies, the Israelis, to perfect our profession with the Patriot system. It's important that we create good relations with other nations because essentially we want to help other nations, and Israel is one of our close allies.
We are here today to support Juniper Cobra 18, an exercise that's been in the planning process for the last 18 to 24 months. Millions of dollars have been put into this exercise, and we've had a number of lead-up events take place prior to the execution of this two-week exercise. This exercise is designed to strengthen the partnership between the United States and the State of Israel. And we do that, and we conduct this exercise through ballistic missile defense protection. As you know, there are Israeli weapon systems to your right. There's an American PAC-3 system behind me, and we do that by layering these ballistic missile defense capabilities together to help work through the scenario that is presented to us through the simulated exercise, and we do that to get better at our craft, not only as individuals but as teams and as large formations.
You're looking at part of Israel's front lines in another war, the anti-missile and rocket defense systems. They were on display recently at Hatzor Air Force Base, part of the Juniper Cobra military exercise, the largest one in Israel, held every 2 years since 2001 for several weeks at a time, joining together some 4,500 members of the Israel Defense Forces, the IDF, and the U.S. military personnel from the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines. IDF Brigadier General Zavika Chamovich is head of the IDF's Aerial Defense Division. He was joined by Lieutenant General Richard Clark, the U.S. Air Force 3rd Air Force Commander. They said the war games include computer simulations of rocket and missile attacks on Israel, both countries training shoulder to shoulder as they would do in a fight.
And our country is committed, our senior leaders have committed that when requested by the Israeli government, we'll be ready to execute and be here.
This is the first year that the David Sling anti-missile batteries are being used as part of this exercise, as part of the simulation. Also, generals say that they're deploying more of the Iron Dome missile defense batteries. This was used, by the way, the Iron Dome, during 2014's Operation Protective Edge, also known as the War in Gaza. I saw this in operation several times. But if things really heated up along the northern front with Syria, with Lebanon, Hezbollah, and specifically with Iran, then Israel and also the United States would deploy the Patriot missile systems and also the Arrow 2 and Arrow 3 missile defense systems. Juniper Cobra comes during a tense time in the region, with Israel facing threats on multiple fronts, including Lebanon, Syria, and the Gaza Strip. That's where we met Zameret Zamir, a resident of Nativ HaAsara, a moshav on the northern Gaza border. Their nearly 2-foot thick, 30-foot high concrete walls protect her community from Hamas snipers and mortar attacks. Zamir started Path to Peace and the so-called mosaic on the wall. She explained how it works for the students and visitors she teaches.
First they hear the story about the life here in this village, and just after that, this is just at the end. Each one choose one stone, write his own wish on the back, and glue it on the wall. Each stone is someone else.
She says she's been teaching her program for 6 years. And while Zamir said she's concerned about another war breaking out, she also said she remains hopeful there will be a path to peace rather than a path to war.
I live in this village the last 20 years, and sometimes it's very scary, but still it's our home. And we raise our kids here, and we love very much our home.
Of course.
We try to be strong and to stay here.
Perhaps the juxtaposition of images says it best. Don't worry, be happy, written on the inside of a military bunker. Along the northern Gaza border in Israel, for the Media Line, I'm John Huddy.
Verified. Charge one Lima. Charge one Lima. Verified. Ready, 317 drop. What's that? What's that? 317 verified. Ready, drop. I see red clear. I see red 2 closing. Fire!
Bars out there.
AO6! Fire. Fire. בכבישים וברצינות! One! Wait! Blow it! Blow it! Blow it! Top window! Eye over there! Are we going left? No, we don't got it. Hey, get the open window. Okay. Hey, roll him towards me. Covering position. Hey, who's got smoke? Ish! Ish! Ish!
Bravo! No.
For us in the Marine Corps, what this is a chance for us to get with a professional, highly professional force and be able to learn from them, train with them, and teach them techniques that we've learned in multiple locations. So it's increasing our proficiency by learning and then being able to get on the ground and execute all the combined arms that we need to do as the United States Marine Corps.
Juniper from Juniper Cobra 2018. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat